I feel better today than I've felt in a long time. Boy, did I stun Rook when I walked in and handed him that bracelet. Okay, so getting the bracelet back doesn't make me Detective of the Year, but it does stimulate the confidence glands. Maybe I can succeed at this business and turn my career around. But if I'm gonna do that, I better do something about my fax machine. Who knows how many new opportunities I've missed to show the world my greatness. The Scotchgard that Rudy's upholstering service put on my office chairs will stand up to anything, and I ought to know. Ah, my own personal credit card. I'll need this to get into the electronics shop next door. This is the brand new electronics shop outlet. No pun intended. Well, that's not gonna work. This electronics shop outlet has just moved into the neighborhood. I've heard that the manager's name is Ham Underwood. Everyone knows they sell overpriced junk, but it is conveniently located. Shelves and shelves of useless, overpriced products. An old 1286 with an ancient super duper Wowzer VGA monitor. Looks like a core sample from an old sofa. Now that's interesting. Looks like an alien pineapple. Ooh, Plan 9 flying saucers. Very cool. This must be the new 10-key laser printer pop-up toaster unit. Well, that's either a model of a space station or a 4-pack of mineral water. I don't know what this is, but it's got a real nice handle. A Vox TV with remote crab speakers. A Vox TV with remote crab speakers. Kids infrared visors. They stopped making these about 50 years ago and they're still overstocked.
Hi there, how can I help you?
I just came by to welcome you to the neighborhood. My name's Tex.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Underwood. So, what can I do for you?
Do you have fax machines?
Sure do. In fact, there's one older model in the blue light special box.
I tried not to stare, but it threw me off when I saw how cross-eyed Ham Underwood is. I'll have to keep in mind that anything he says is on the left is probably on the right. The fax machine's so outdated it doesn't even have a brand name. And it's better than nothing. I can't get that while the force field is up. The fax machine's so outdated it doesn't even have a brand name. The fax machine's so outdated it doesn't...
How's it going? You here to do more shopping?
Maybe. I'll have to see what you've got that I can waste my money on.
Well, go ahead and look around. If you see something you like in the blue light special box, just insert your card. We'll be happy to bill you later.
I tried not to stare, but it threw me off when I...
You have a fax.
Pick up the new fax machine, a fax prints out. Finally. Maybe this is a real case, the kind you get paid for. A fax addressed to Tex Murphy from the Countess Rainier? Countess Rainier. That name smacks of money. Hopefully she doesn't want to hire me to find her lost poodle. As I land my speeder, I see my dream house, only bigger. The butler is a tall, thin man about 70. He tells me the Countess is expecting me and shows me into a large, lavishly furnished drawing room.
I'm the Countess Rainier. Please, Have a seat.
Thank you. You know, I'd pictured you being, well, older and heavier.
No one is born old, Mr. Murphy. Now, shall we discuss our business while we're still young?
Oh, by all means. Pardon my interruption.
Your services have been recommended to me by a trusted friend who prefers to remain anonymous. Suffice it to say that your unique abilities are what I need right now.
Which of my unique abilities are you referring to?
I'm sure you have many unique abilities. The one I would hire you for is your talent of locating people and things. I've been told this talent has made you some friends and many enemies.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Candace, but wasn't it Roy Rogers who once said, "You can't please all the people all the time"?
Save your homespun humor for a more gullible woman. What I'm asking you to do may make you very unpopular with some people.
Exactly how unpopular are we talking here?
Let me give you some background information, then you can decide for yourself. Some time ago, a family heirloom was stolen from this bungalow. I do keep most of my valuables on my estate in Europe, but on this visit, I brought the piece to show a friend. Within hours of my arrival, I found it stolen, and I have made extensive inquiries trying to retrieve it, but I found out nothing.
Well, I'm sure you have more resources, talking about cash, than I do. You should be able to buy all the information you need. What makes you think that I can help you?
Oh, I don't. I remembered what my friend had told me about you after I had exhausted every other option.
You know, referring to me as your last option could automatically double my fee.
I already planned on paying you much more than your usual fee. I'm a wealthy young woman, Mr. Murphy. To give you an idea, the stolen artifact alone is worth more money than you could earn in 10 lifetimes.
Oh, we'll see about that when I win the clearinghouse sweepstakes.
How quaint. Let's not waste any more time. I need some work done, and I'll pay you well for it.
Well, in my experience, getting paid well is a relative term.
Your obsession with money is appalling.
Oh, I have any number of appalling traits, but I am a good PI.
Well, if you prove to be as good as you think you are, I'll pay your $30,000 finder's fee.
Well, let me think about it. Okay, I'll do it. In fact, I'll even mow your lawn at no charge.
Try to control yourself, Mr. Murphy. I'll expect you to focus all of your energies on this job, and the methods you use to retrieve the artifact are of no interest to me. But as more time elapses, the less likely it is that the item will be found, and for that reason, I must require you to find it and to return it to me within 1 week. And after that, there will be no finder's fee available to you.
Do you pay time and a half after 40 hours? That's a joke.
I have stated my conditions. As to the artifact itself, it is a beautiful statuette made of crystal and shaped in the form of a bird. It has been in my family for countless generations, and as I said, it is extremely valuable. There are many collectors who would stop at nothing to own it. Whoever stole the statuette would undoubtedly have gone to the black market and offered it to the highest bidder.
I think I saw that statuette you're talking about. Someone was selling it on the Home Shopping Network. Boy, I had no idea it was so expensive.
You make jokes, but you cannot possibly know how rare and valuable the statuette is. And now that you have all the necessary information, we'll end this charming visit. Don't bother contacting me until you have the statuette in your possession. And if you are successful in your search, it could change my opinion of you considerably. My valet will give you a retainer of $1,000 on your way out. Goodbye, Mr. Murphy.
I didn't tell the Countess, but I would have done damn near anything for $30,000. Now I've got to find a link to the black market. How hard can it be?
Hey, I heard you took care of Rook. Pretty impressive.
Oh, it was nothing. Just another day at the office.
You know, Tex, it must take quite an effort to be lonely, broke, and still so smug.
Admit it, doll, you love me just the way I am.
Oh, you're right, Tex. You're almost irresistible.
Gee, thanks.
So, is there something you came to ask me about? Wish I could help you there, Tex. Apparently, it's a real hot item. The top commodities dealer in the city is named Franco Franco. He probably either has the statuette or knows who has it. I don't know how you're going to find him, but if you do, be careful. He's only been here a few weeks, and I don't know much about him. I remember Rusty. He had a kid show on TV when I was young. I hated the show. That clown makeup always scared me.
Hey, Murphy, guess what? We got the guy who robbed those pawn shops. Turned himself in. Can you believe it? Kept babbling something about a clown coming back from the dead to haunt him.
Actually, I know all about it. Because I'm the one who put the fear of Rusty in him.
Sure you did, Murphy. What can I do for you? Sorry, Murphy. He was a wacko who had a kid show on TV years ago. He quit the TV biz and opened a novelty shop somewhere in the mutant section. Word is, he got involved with the illegal novelty trade and got himself killed. He disappeared months ago. Meek's a real valuable contact on the street, but he doesn't come cheap. I've been okay. Little indigestion now and again, but nothing serious. Some of the cops here at the station joined the crusade. None of them work here anymore. I don't take much stock in religious movements, but it sure turned those guys into fanatics. Can't help you with that. Geez, Tex, you think I know about everything? He's a big-time crook. Deals with stolen and illegally imported merchandise, especially jade. Sorry, Murphy. Can't help you with that. Geez, Tex, you think I know about everything? Sorry, Murphy. Can't help you with that. Geez, Tex, you think I know about everything? Sorry, Murphy. Of course I know the Colonel. Didn't he teach you the business? He's the best PI I've ever worked with. No offense. We scratch each other's backs. He's been busy with some case, and I haven't seen him for a few weeks.
What else can I help you with, Murphy? I don't know anything about that. 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 Don't get me started. That movement is nothing but a hate machine. The Civil War's on the horizon because we mutants can't sit around and take the discrimination anymore. Those crusading fools have started something too big to control. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Big-time crook. Deals with a lot of smuggled artifacts and the like. He's pretty well connected with the mob and black market here in San Francisco. You know, I subscribe to a trade paper called Jewelry Weekly. In the last issue, it seems to me I saw an advertisement by someone named Franco, who was looking to buy jade. There wasn't anything of interest in the trade paper, so I threw it out. It's probably still in the trash can out back.
Whoever uses these garbage cans is either a terrible shot or is saving them for that special piece of trash. Being a movie buff, I've heard of the Alhambra Theater, though I heard it was closed down years ago. Sure enough, it's boarded up, but one of the back doors is unlocked. As soon as I step inside, two lugs the size of refrigerators grab me. I tell them that I have something for Mr. Franco, and one of them walks off. He comes back a minute later and escorts me into the main theater. A Buster Keaton flick is playing. The place is empty except for a man sitting by himself near the front of the theater.
Welcome, Mr. Murphy.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Franco. Tell me, do you do most of your business in dark theaters?
How and where I do my business is not your concern, Mr. Private Eye. As I'm sure you know, I'm strictly a legitimate businessman.
Yeah, you may be legit, but I understand you're pretty jaded.
Oh yes, that I am. Speaking of which, did you bring the item? Ah, a lovely specimen. It will make a fine addition to my collection. Now, I will answer one question to the best of my knowledge.
There's a statuette in the shape of a bird that recently came onto the market. You know who has it?
I know the statuette you're referring to. There were several bidders for it, but I believe it ended up in the hands of Eddie Ching. I can say no more about it. There, now I've fulfilled my part of the bargain. Don't contact me again. Unless, of course, you find another fine piece of jade. You know the way out.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
Back again, eh, Murphy? What can I help you with? Ching's a dangerous customer. He's responsible for half the crime in the city. Pretty sure he owns the police commissioner. We've been told to lay off him. That place is home to more major crime figures than any other place on the planet. Eddie Ching lives there on the entire top floor.
Back again, huh? What can I do for you?
I understand you installed the security system at the Knickerbocker building.
Yeah, I did, but my contract included a clause that I wouldn't talk about the job.
Well, what if I said I was in the security business myself?
No kidding. Where have you installed security systems?
The University of San Francisco's Mutant Lounge.
Mister, you are a liar. I don't know what you're looking for, but you won't find it here.
Em doesn't want to talk, but I need some details on the security system at the Knickerbocker. I tell him that Enrique, my pet goldfish, died this morning and that I'm talking crazy. He tells me not to worry about it, then tries his sales pitch on me again. I'm doing some PI work, and I think you could give me some information.
I've got nothing to say. I keep my nose clean and I work in a confidential business. I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah? I'm in the confidential business too. Say, why don't we swap trade secrets?
Apparently, you have some trouble hearing. Don't bother stopping by again.
Ah, the Blue Light Special Box. What unexpected treasures does this hold in store? Ah, the Blue Light Special Box. Looks like the bargain bin is empty at the moment. Ham still won't talk. So I tell him I have a mental disorder that makes me ask too many questions and that I forgot to take my medication. He seems skeptical, so I'll have to talk fast. I understand that you and I are in the same line of moonlighting work.
Really? You do security systems too?
Well, not really. I'm actually a PI, but a security PI.
I've got nothing to say. I keep my nose clean and I work in a confidential business. I'm sure you can understand.
You know, my wallet is so full, it's creating an unsightly bulge on my butt.
I get paid well enough for my work. You can take your lousy bribe and get the hell out of my store.
I apologize to Ham for prying into his business and tell him that I'm really just a lonely guy looking for some pleasant conversation. He senses a kindred spirit and I start my subtle interrogation all over again. I understand you installed the security system at the Knickerbocker building.
Yeah, I did, but my contract included a clause that I wouldn't talk about the job.
Look, I'm a PI. I need some information. I'll keep my mouth shut if you help me out.
I've got nothing to say. I keep my nose clean and I work in a confidential business. I'm sure you can understand.
Understand this, bucko. Either you talk to me or you'll be brushing your teeth in a little cup by your bed.
Look, wise guy, I've got some powerful friends. If you walk out of here right now, I'll pretend you never came in.
Looks like no one's home. This is gonna be easier than falling off a horse. This window doesn't want to open up. Maybe if I... Whoa! When I stop bouncing off the awning 2 floors below Ching's place, I realize it'll take more than sheer strength to get into the apartment. Luckily, I noticed something that might help as I bounced by. A sticker on Ching's window said, "Security system installed by Underwood Incorporated." I apologize to Ham for prying into his business and tell him that I'm really just a lonely guy looking for some pleasant conversation. He senses a kindred spirit and I start my subtle interrogation. I understand that you and I are in the same line of moonlighting work.
Really? You do security systems too?
Well, you bet. I've installed hundreds of them.
No kidding. Where have you installed security systems?
The mayor's private squash court.
Mister, you are a liar. I don't know what you're looking for, but you won't find it here.
I apologize to Ham for prying. I'm doing some PI work, and I think you could give me some information.
I've got nothing to...
Yeah?
Apparently, you...
I apologize to Ham. I understand you installed the security system.
Yeah, I did, but...
Look, I'm a PI. I need some information.
I've got nothing...
Yeah? I'm in the confidential business, too.
Apparently, you have some...
Looks like the bargain bin is empty at the moment. I apologize to Ham for I understand that you and I are in the same line of moonlighting work.
Really? You do security systems too?
Well, sometimes. Here, let me see if I can find one of my business cards.
Don't worry about it. I always misplace my business cards too. What types of security systems have you worked with?
Well, a few years ago, I handled the motion sensor alarm at the Law and Order Party.
I've heard that's a neat system. But it's nothing compared to the one I just put in.
You don't mean the one at the Knickerbocker?
How did you find out that I did the Knickerbocker security? I think this conversation is over.
I apologize to Ham for prying. I understand that you and I are in the same line.
Really? You... Don't worry about it.
Well, a few years...
I've heard that's a neat system.
Well, sorry, but I'm not easily impressed. Just ask my ex-wife.
Well, this security system would impress you. I'd tell you about it, but it's top secret stuff. Maybe in a couple of years.
I apologize. I understand.
Really? Haha, don't worry.
Let's see. The last job I had was the laser security system at Big Dick's Casino on Mars.
I've heard that's a neat system. But it's
I'll have you know that I've beaten every security system ever made.
Well, after I installed this system, I tried to beat it, but I couldn't. First, the only possible way to enter the building would be to land on the roof and rappel down. Then, you'd have to cut through the LCD alarm glass. Well, that's not too hard. In fact, I sell a laser blade here that would do it. But once you're inside, every room is flooded with a net of heat and motion sensing beams that could turn an elephant into a brick of carbon. Believe me, it's burglar proof. Listen, this system is top secret, so let's just keep this between us.
I can't get that while the force field is up. The Laser Blade 2000. Worthless except on glass. Hopefully Ham knows what he's talking about. Armed with a chintzy electronic shop laser blade, I land my speeder on the roof of the Knickerbocker. Hoping for the best, I rappel down the side and pull out the laser blade. The laser beam cuts through the LCD glass like it was butter. I gingerly crawl through the hole in the window and find myself inside Eddie Ching's library. Either Ham exaggerated or the laser fields aren't turned on. This must be my lucky day. There's something different about this book. Just call it P.I.'s instinct. Aha! I knew it. A key. Man, this security system is tough. My brilliant shot didn't turn off the beams, it just popped open the power box. Looks like there's a lever that needs to be pulled down. Hopefully my old horseshoe tossing skills haven't left me. I'll need to find something fairly heavy. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. As soon as the ring hits the lever, the laser net shuts down. Now I should have the run of the apartment. An UltraSafe 8000, huh? Top of the line. There is a Geiger in the terrarium. Little bugger's a land piranha. It's illegal even to own one of these. Geiger chow. It's got real roast beef flavor and makes its own rich gravy. Man, these beefy nuggets sure smell good. If I were small enough to fit into the trap, I'd be all over this bait. I don't know what I'll do with a small, ravenous Geiger. Oh well, everybody needs a pet. Looks like a fax. I don't want to be nosy, but maybe I should take a look. Small mirror provides the opportunity to touch up the old hairdo. The solid steel switch lock requires a key. Sounds like something big moved back in the library when I used Ching's key on the switch lock. I better go take a look. An UltraSafe 8000, huh? Looks like some sort of document. Must be important if it's in the safe. This security card must operate a door or panel in the apartment. I doubt I'll be needing this ring again, and a good PI always travels light. I think I'd better leave that lever right where it is. I don't like surprises. I call this painting Woman About to Win Skinny Dipping Bet. Something tells me the trail. Well, look what's behind the bookcase. A secret room. I love secret rooms. This must be the Countess' statuette. I guess she wasn't exaggerating when she said how valuable it was. If I try to reach the statuette with those laser beams on, they'll light me up like a Duralog. This must be one of those hermetically sealed chambers. Unless I miss my guess, those objects are the 3 surviving artifacts from the Byzantine Empire. Absolutely priceless. This must be one of those hermetic... Wonder if these barrels are full of some hearty ale. I wish I had time to check 'em out. This collection of matching Samsonite crates must have cost Ching a bundle. I guess Ching's vases are just too nice to put flowers in. This painting is really, green. Well, I'm glad someone had the decency to clean up the smut some people call art. I'd call this painting Young Boy with Fiddle Asking for Allowance. So that's what the ocean used to look like. This painting sticks out from the wall more than the others do. Man, who in his right mind would pay big bucks for a painting of flowers? This seems to be a fine rendering of Greco-Roman square dancing. I swear I have seen this painting before. This one must be the original. This must be the Countess' statuette. I guess she wasn't exaggerating when she said how valuable it was. If I try to reach the statuette with those laser beams on, they'll light me up like a Duralog. This sign apparently has something to do with the lever. This must be one of those hermetic... Aha! A security card slot. This must be the control for the pedestal where the statuette is. Aha! A security... This crate feels empty. This collection of matching Samsonite crates must have cost Ching a bundle. This collection of Well, Ching must have money to burn if he's walking around on rugs like this. This crate feels empty. It's light, but it's sturdy. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not... Well, that's not gonna... This must be the Countess' statuette. I guess she wasn't exaggerating when she said how valuable it was. This crate feels empty. It's light, but it's sturdy. This must be the Countess. This must be the Countess. This must be one of those hermetically sealed chambers. Unless I miss my guess, those... Well, that's not gonna work. This must be the Countess' statuette. I guess she wasn't exaggerating when she said how valuable it was. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna... Well, that's not... This must be the Countess' statuette. I guess she wasn't exaggerating when she said how valuable it was. This collection of This crate feels empty. It's light, but it's sturdy. I'm not sure what that. Whoa, a 6-foot-long pole with a leather noose. This must be great fun at parties. Come on. Looks like Ching needs to install a better security system. Countess will be glad to get this statuette back, almost as glad as I'll be to take her money. I'll return the statuette to her first thing in the morning. Oh, I am one tired hombre. I can't wait to... Oh, shoot. I go through all that work to get the statuette out of Ching's place, and I leave it in the damn speeder. And I didn't even roll up the windows. I am such an idiot.